I'm Adrian, 36. 3 months of my life went into my wife Marissa's birthday. Rooftop venue, imported flowers, a 250-glass champagne tower, live jazz, and a 5-tier cake with gold leaf. I even bought her dress months ahead and a vintage Cartier necklace I'd been paying off since Christmas. The night looked like a movie, lights, music, everyone we loved. I was ready to give a sappy toast about partnership and forever. Then Marissa took the mic. There's someone special I need to acknowledge tonight. Landon Price. A tall, magazine-spread co-worker walked up. She called him my rock, then kissed him, full, lingering, while 60 people, including both our families, stared. When the noise dipped, she turned, smiled at me, and handed over a glossy gift bag. Inside was a black t-shirt, the disappointment. People laughed. Phones were out. I felt my face freeze into the same smile I'd been wearing a minute earlier when I thought I was about to be thanked. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I folded the shirt, placed it next to the wrapped Cartier box on the gift table, and walked out. 8 minutes later, my phone started lighting up. Then it didn't stop. Marissa, her friends, her sister, strangers from the guest list. 127 missed calls by the time I finally turned my ringer off in a cold parking garage. The couch, the lawyer, the plan. I crashed at my best friend Theo's. He didn't ask questions. He handed me a beer and a blanket. When the sun came up, I'd told him everything. He just said, "You don't come back from that." He was right. 2 days later, I sat in a glass and steel office across from Clara Mendez, a divorce attorney with the energy of a surgical strike. "Revenge or resolution?" she asked. "Resolution," I said. "Clean, quick, done." We filed no fault. She prepped me for the business of ending a marriage, and for the first time since the party, I felt in control. Meanwhile, I lived. I threw myself into work. My boss handed me a brutal 6-week rebrand with late nights and big stakes. Old me would have worried what Marissa would say about the hours. New me said, "I'm in." I started running at 5:30 a.m. The first mile hurt. By week 2, I was craving the road. The physical pain was honest in a way the emotional stuff wasn't. I stripped the apartment of all the Instagram-worthy decor and made it livable. A proper desk, real food, a couch you're allowed to sit on. Small choices, big relief. At a 24-hour diner after a run, I overheard 2 founders, Sasha and Omar, fighting lovingly about UI for a local restaurant delivery app. I slid into their booth, sketched wireframes on napkins, and kept showing up twice a week. I wasn't charging them. I just wanted to build something useful again. It reminded me why I loved design. I also started writing, first as insomnia dumps, then as essays. I called the blog 127 Missed Calls. People found it, shared it, and then started writing back. Turns out, lots of us have a party from hell story. Consequences, not mine. About 6 weeks post-party, the gossip found me in a cereal aisle. Marissa's co-worker Landon left the company after HR discovered he was sleeping with a married colleague. Marissa launched a podcast about authentic relationships. It died after one episode when the comments filled with screenshots of the party and that shirt. A meme made the rounds. The brand she hoped to build around empowerment collapsed under the weight of receipts. I didn't gloat. Okay, maybe a little. But mostly I realized her fallout wasn't my job anymore. At work, the rebrand crushed, brought in new business, and my boss floated a promotion, plus a 6-month assignment to help open a satellite office in Dubai. Old me would have negotiated around a spouse's schedule. New me said, "That sounds incredible." The letter, the door, the answer. 3 months after the party, I found an envelope under my door, Marissa's handwriting. 4 pages of "I know I hurt you," followed by blame shifting and a rewrite where the kiss was a spontaneous expression and the shirt a joke. The last pages asked me to fight for 4 years of marriage. I filed it next to Clara's paperwork and went for a 10-mile run. 2 weeks later, a rainy Tuesday, she showed up at my door soaked and crying. "I want to come home," she said. "I made a terrible mistake." "Where's Landon?" I asked. "He left," she whispered. Seattle. No discussion. There it was. I wasn't her choice. I was her safety net. "This isn't your home anymore," I said, and closed the door gently. It felt like setting down a heavy box I'd been carrying for years. A different ending. Dubai was everything. Hard, fascinating, career-making. I came back with a promotion, better work, and better boundaries. Sasha and Omar launched Local Eats with 12 restaurants. A year later, they were in 15 markets, taking a fair cut and keeping neighborhood spots alive. I'd invested early, small, check, big belief, and watching them win made me remember that success can look like helping other people succeed. The blog grew past anything I imagined. 100K subscribers, inboxes full of stories, and a speaking invite in Milan. I wrote a talk called Rebuilding After Betrayal, From Victim to Victor in 365 Days. No names, no shaming, just the truth. The worst thing didn't make me grateful for pain. It forced me to stop living as someone's supporting character. I told the crowd, that t-shirt was supposed to label me. Instead, it lit the exit signs. They stood and clapped. I thought of Theo's couch, Clara's calm checklists, sunrise, runs, diner napkins, and the quiet click of a door closing on a rainy night. 8 months after filing, the divorce finalized. Simple, fair, finished. I haven't heard from Marissa since, and I don't need to. Her story is no longer mine to narrate. What I wish someone had told me: dignity is a choice. You don't have to perform your pain for people who are treating it like entertainment. Hire the pro, make the plan. Clarity beats rage every time. Fill your life with doing, not doom scrolling. Work, move, help someone build their thing. Let consequences land where they belong. You don't have to push, gravity works. Don't be anyone's backup plan, ever. I'm not the disappointment. I'm just Adrian, guy who folded a cruel t-shirt, set down a beautiful necklace, walked out, and built a life that finally fits.